Lima, 29 years of age, from Fortaleza. Talita, with the serve, is from Riata Grosso de Sol, but hails from Rio now. So unforced error from Canada. Talita, one of the big earners on the World Tour, $874,000 in prize money for her. Compare that to the combined total of Canada of $70,000. Another ace from Talita again. She puts her hand up. I can tell you for a fact that players do not train to serve the ball into the top of the net and try and get that. It's just a product of this jump float serve, trying to go straight, trying to go flat, and trying to play it low to the net. Sometimes they get lucky. So Canada having called the timeout because they find themselves slipping further behind in this first set. It's all going according to plan so far for Brazil. Canada having just scraped through the pool. They lost their first two encounters. They lost to Zumke and Heydrich of Switzerland, and they lost to Fendrick and Hocheva from the United States. But they scraped past England's Lucy Bolton and Zara Dampney, 21-17, 21-15, and in so doing booked their place in round one, where they then went on to beat Giombini and VITORIA of Italy in a three-set thriller. Then they went on and beat the Czech Republic's Kolikova and Slukova in another three-set thriller, before ending up in this quarter-final game. But they're now under the cosh here by Brazil. Chance though for a side out. Bansley tight to the net. Lima is going to make it, but it's a touch by Talita. Now, net touch on the beach is the same as indoors. In other words, it's not a case of you can't touch the net. It all depends how you do it. And on this occasion, Talita touching the top of the net with her forearms, and that means she broke the plane of the net. So it's a net touch. Had she touched the bottom of the net, it would have been all right. And if you're confused, don't worry, so am I. In fact, I think you could pretty much make a hammock out of the net, and you wouldn't get called for a touch depending on where it was you made that hammock. So Lima with the serve for Brazil. And that's a nice play. Bansley finding enough room down the line to put the ball away and get the side out.
They're out of the University of Toronto.
Lima once again the target. Nice work. Oh, now Bansley gets a little bit of luck from the top of the take, but does not put her hand up to recognise the fact. Just glad to have got the point. Pavan initially making the touch, slowing the ball down, and then playing it up for Bansley to put it away. Net touch against Pavan, is it? Oh, that's an interesting call. Well, I was going to go net touch Pavan. That was a perfectly legitimate pokey from Lima, and in fact the referee's saying no, it was a carry. Playing the ball on the side of well, he couldn't have played it on the side of Canada, so that's interesting. She's gone up for an explanation now from the ref. Well, whilst that's going on, let's have a look at the weather. Well, as we can see, it's hot and sunny, and it is cooling down somewhat. The sand temperature's dropping off, as is the air temperature, and the wind is, although 23 kilometres now, not really affected down here on centre court because of the bleachers that are in play. Shadows now beginning to get longer, and look at that. Well, if you're not going to be in the stands watching the volleyball, it's the next best place to be, isn't it? Out enjoying the sea, enjoying the afternoon here in Long Beach. So the players back out onto court. Talita just telling them, don't worry about it, it's okay, after being called up for a carry on the last play. It's Brazil in the driving seat off the back of the technical timeout. But it's Canada with the serve, Bansley with the ball. And it's a touched ace for her. Lima came up, she was very narrow. Didn't have a good strong base from which to pass the ball. And there's no way Talita was going to be able to chase it down. So Bansley once again with the serve, Canada back to within 2 points. Well, that one looked to be going long. Lima was very late in going to play it. Talita didn't really give her a call. She had no help from the playing partner, and that's 2 ace serves now from Canada, and a bit of a worry here for Brazil. Lima the target again, no doubt. And that one's too long, so 3 errors in a row from Brazil brings Canada back level, and Brazil call timeout. Talita looks to the first official and says we'll take a timeout there, even though we just had a technical. They've just come back and lost 3 points on the banks. There's some encouraging words for Lima, which will just be, don't worry about it, calm down, 1 point at a time. Good pass to me, I'll set you up, you can go put it away. Or something along those lines. Well, this is unexpected territory for Canada. They find themselves level at 12 all. They know that they will be up against it coming into this game. When we look at Talita's record, she's got 16 World Tour wins, and Lima has 3. Whereas for Canada, best finish for Bansley is a 7th, and for Sarah Pavan it was a 9th in Corrientes with Bansley. So the fact that they're here in a quarter-final is a massive bonus for them. Can they get something from it? Can they put pressure on? Can they take the first set? That would be awesome. That was unlucky. Bansley in the right place. If she could have just got her hips under that ball a little further and changed the angle, that would have hit the bottom of the net and it would have popped up lovely for Pavan to keep it in play. As it is though, Brazil have what they wanted, a side out off the back of the timeout. Talita with the serve. And Talita makes a block. And Brazil put themselves back into the driving seat with a 2-point lead. Takes the line away, denies Bansley. Good work from Lima. Another chance here. Almost impossible to stop that, and Bansley knew it. She popped that one up especially for Pavan to play that ball. Being the left-hander, she could have played it down in front of her. She just turned her body, put it down to the right. Now Pavan with the serve. She'll have to come running through to the net to block. Good work from Bansley. Pavan's onto this. And that's a good angle. Good work from Lima. Oh, that was so unlucky. The ball catching the bottom of the net, but not enough to keep it in play. Great rally. Canada come up with a point and they tie the match once again. Now 14 all. Pavan with the serve. Well, it's almost criminal, isn't it, when somebody that tall, 196, serving on a net that's 2 meters 24. So when she puts her hands up in the air, they're already above the height of the net, or level with it, then jump serving it into the net. Bansley flirting with the net. Oh, that is a monster block from Pavan. That was lights out here on Long Beach. Well, that's what she's there for.
15, 15.
And her hands way across the net and the ball goes straight down. Brazil will know to keep this ball off the net, which they do, so Lima has better angles. Bansley rather panicked with that one. Brazil too quick over the sand to be caught out with that shot, but Lima with no room to work with on the line, and Canada move in front 16-15.
Take the lead 16.
They are giving it everything here in this match. Bansley with the serve. Lima swapped sides with Talita, but Bansley was aware of it. And it doesn't help Brazil's cause because Lima didn't get anything on that at all. She jumped up straight, the ball was in front of her. She had no body weight going into the shot. And what was a roll shot come pokey come nothing really. Just didn't do anything. What a time for Canada to go 2 in front right at the business end of this first set. Oh, it's another big block from Pavan. Lima at the moment can't hit her way out of the paper bag. And this is going to be a worry because Talita can't do anything about this. All she can do is put the ball up and try and cover, but you can't cover this. That is straight down. Massive block from Pavan. Lima goes back to her normal position on the right side of the court and finds the side out.
Lima!
But is it panic over Brazil or not? Lima knows she's under pressure here. Talita's still trying to calm her down, just trying to get her focus back on what needs to be done. Forget the last few points. Brazil make a block here, or can put the ball into transition. They'll be back to within a point. But they can't stop Pavan. Lima going hand and foot to try and keep it in play. Any part of the body will do, and any part of the body allowed to keep the ball in play. So Pavan, who hasn't been tested much in this first set, is called upon and delivers for Canada. So the play from Talita, she knew Pavan had served and was still making her way to the net, therefore wasn't in a good position to try and block the ball. With Talita going with that pokey. But a side out here now for Canada would give them set point. That would put them into dreamland. And it's a belter from Bansley cross court, and it is set point for Canada.
Game point, Pavan and Bansley.
Bansley with the serve. It's Canada's strongest rotation because Pavan's at the net. They're going to try and stop Lima. And they don't need to because Lima blows that one wide. And Canada, remarkably, have taken the first set here in this quarterfinal, 21-17.
3 in this women's quarterfinal matchup.
Oh, what a result that is for Canada. And I think you've got good odds against that happening here on centre court. The number 2 seeds dropping that first set. Let's have a look at the highlights. Well, as you expect, Brazil made the early running. Talita showing what a good blocker she is. But Canada, well, they weren't bothered by it. Pavan also was proving to be a good blocker. And with a little bit of luck, Canada was staying in the set, and then they were able to tie things up. And Lima was put under the cosh trying to go cross court. And Bansley able to deliver. And at set point, well, Lima was always knew she was going to be asked to try and put it away, but she's overcut the ball to the line. Instead of hitting it at 12 o'clock, she's hit it at 3 o'clock, and the ball goes wide, and Canada take the first set, 21-17. So now, as far as Brazil are concerned, they have to win the next 2. And this is the second set starting. Bansley with the serve, and it's a great start. Well, unbelievable is the word to describe the way Canada are playing, but also the way that Lima seems to be crumbling under the pressure here, being applied by Canada just from the serving line. It's a float serve, and Lima is struggling. Pavan had made the touch, but once it had come off of her hands, she must have closed her eyes at impact because she didn't know where it had gone. And despite Bansley shouting, go, 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 doesn't really help much if you don't know where it is. Lima then with the serve for Brazil. Pavan again, this one time going deep. Canada riding it out here with Brazil, getting stuck in, putting the ball into transition. And Brazil on the back foot already here in set 2. Pavan with the serve.
Lima.
Well, Lima gets the point, but
2-2.
Canada are making this court seem very small because no matter what Lima's doing, they're getting a hand on the ball, they're touching it, and that just plays on your mind. It's certainly playing on Lima's mind. Well, it's good work from Talita. Pavan panicked slightly, rushed the play, so now Brazil have a lead. This is Pavan's first season on tour. She's only played 6 events. She's learning as she goes along, very much in at the deep end. The 26-year-old is proving more than capable. Kitchener in Ontario as Bansley goes back to serve. That's a very good serve. Bansley's onto it. Nice play. Pavan pokey. Made it look so easy. Canada go back in front again.
Game number 2.
2-1 to 4-3. Again, Lima struggling with her pass, not containing the ball. Went with the pokey, tried to go over the block. Bansley picks it up, Pavan puts it down. As easy as that. And there's the value of a big blocker and a small defender. Bansley serve. Has to come over. And indeed it does, with interest, because it's another point for Canada. The block counts as a touch on the beach, unlike the indoor game. Which does mean if you do get the touch, it can be difficult to score a point. But no trouble there for Pavan. And the reason it can be difficult to score a point when you touch the ball in the block is because you've only then got 2 more to get it back over. Unlike indoors, where the block doesn't count as a touch. Oh, very nearly. Bansley with the tomahawk kept the ball in play. But Pavan was a little slow to turn and then even slower to get to the ball. Lima. Simple put away for Bansley. And Canada will try and work now a period of just straightforward side outs. Old school beach volleyball, just to keep the scoreboard ticking over. And if they can sneak a point from serving, well, even better. They are going to stay away from Talita. They might sneak one here. Bansley has a look, goes with the line, just over the top of the block. Lima takes a step towards it, but half-heartedly.
7-4.
And it's 7-4. Brazil in trouble. Lima not being confident enough to go with the line roll, cutting it straight onto Bansley. With that line roll going too high, Bansley belts that one cross court. Talita can't get near it. 8-4. Talita has a look at the scoreboard, thinks about the timeout but doesn't call it. At least not yet. Now she does. Brazil call timeout. They are trailing by a set and they are trailing by 4 points here in the second. Bansley playing with confidence. Canada enjoying the moment. Well, they just have to keep their focus here on the match, on what's happening in front of them. Don't worry about the referees, don't worry about the line judges. Ignore the scoreboard and certainly don't get panicky if Brazil get a point from serve. If maybe they get another one from serve. If they can believe in themselves, the way that they're playing here, and the way, more importantly, I think the way that Lima's playing, there's absolutely every opportunity Canada can take this match. No coaches allowed, a bit like tennis. Once the players step over that line onto the court, that's it. And once they walk into the arena, that's it. Coaches become innocent spectators with no nails, or certainly no fingernails. So it's all down to the players, their mental toughness, their ability to deal with the pressure and think tactically, as well as what needs to be done physically. So Pavan serves, Lima the target. And that's well done from Lima. Got drawn into the net, but able to pokey the ball back. Almost behind her by the time she played it. Talita. That's a good serve. Now there's a chance here, and it's a chance for Talita to have a swing. And she takes it. A rare opportunity for Talita to attack. And that's why she's not been given the ball by Canada, at least not on purpose. She's just too good. Good read from Lima. That's tight to the net. Pavan gets hands on it. That's another tight one, and Pavan again will get hands on it. But the big but being Canada couldn't finish it off, and it's Brazil who breathe a sigh of relief.
Brazilians down by 1. Talita back to serve.
2 opportunities, and eventually at the second time of asking they get it done. Talita's serve. Nice dig, but it falls for Pavan, and she's blocked by Talita. Well, Pavan thought that was going to be a warm-up hit for her, but Talita popping into her window right at the last second. Doesn't make the first one, but then gets in to make the second one. Great block from Talita. All square then. Brazil with the serve, Bansley looking for the side out. She gets it off the block. Bansley with the ball, Pavan waiting at the net. That's where Pavan will struggle, trying to turn and play the ball in that way, and that's where really Bansley needs to just shout to her, dig it over, make Brazil play the ball again. You're very rarely going to win the point by trying to spike it while still on the sand, especially when you're 3 or 4 metres off the net. Nice work from Lima, but it falls kindly to Canada. Another good dig from Lima. Still can't find that killer blow though at the moment, can Brazil, and Bansley finishes the rally, and Canada have their side out. Well, they stuck at it. Lima kept making the digs, but it just wouldn't fall kindly enough for her to make the point that she wanted and find the angle, and then Bansley said enough of this and put it away. That's good work from Lima. She was under pressure from the serve again, not moving her feet quickly enough, but by going after Pavan, who broke from the net, she come up with the right play. Talita with the serve. Good belt. Well, one thing's for sure, Heather Bansley is enjoying her time on centre court, and given the opportunity to hit, she's taking it. And so we hit the technical timeout. Canada leading by 1, but more importantly, leading by 1 set to love. And the worrying thing for Brazil is Talita probably knows that Lima is going to be served out exclusively, and it's all about how Lima is going to deal with that situation. So Talita will do her absolute best to keep her encouraged, keep her focused, and certainly not get on her case.
Free concert for you, Long Beach.
Which is the last thing you need as a player. You know you're not playing particularly well. You don't need your teammate to be telling you that you're not playing well, and that's all credit to Talita. She's just keeping Lima positively focused. Because it is all about how well Lima is going to play during the course of this next set. Shadow's getting longer and almost taking over Canada's side of court. Bansley with the serve. Nice play. Lima aggressive at the net, taking on Pavan. Whilst Pavan's tall and has a good block, sometimes she's not as aggressive as she could be. A little bit like Ryan Doherty on the men's side for the USA, one of the tallest players, but one of the most passive of blockers. Blocking is an aggressive action. Nice work, Bansley mixing it up, this time with a little cross-court roll shot. Lima stuck deep line. Fabulous setting here at Long Beach for this event. Pavan with the serve. Line block signalled by Bansley, so she'll stay cross-court. Pavan again, not being aggressive enough in the block. That ball going through her hands, hitting her on the forehead. Knocking one of her hair clips out. Talita. Lima's on it. Well, so too Bansley, reading that line roll shot. Good work from Lima. Talita with a massive shout. And that's a big point for Brazil. Running down everything that Canada had to offer. Bansley had a chance, but couldn't deliver the heat. And then Brazil able to finish it off. That's better, Bansley again. That's what she does best. One of the hardest hitters on tour.
Game to 21. Game 1, game 1, 21-17. We're tied up.
25-year-old goes back to serve.
Game number 2.
That's better. Lima this time shooting that one pretty early.
Lima.
Deep cross court. And Bansley left stranded. Huge dive from Lima. But unfortunately for her, still out of her reach as Pavan finds the line roll shot. As we change ends once again, we're all square as we head into the business end now of this second set. For Brazil, they've got the good end, the sun's at their backs, which means that Canada, they've got the sun in their eyes, so depth perception can be an issue when the ball goes high in terms of where it's going to land, and certainly how hard it's coming at them, because it just becomes a big shadow. Nice work, Lima. Cross court, right in front of Bansley, didn't move. Talita with the serve. Pavan pulled line, Bansley listened, came inside out. Fascinating to think that Canada finished 33rd in the last event in Start. Grand Slam, and here they are in the final event. That's a great dig from Bansley. That's tight. Pavan's going to put it away. Oh dear, she can't get a good contact on it. She was worried she might be over the net. She jumps too early for that one. Frustration for Pavan because the opportunities were there for Canada to take an important point off of a really good dig. Pavan said, I'm going cross court, wasn't too sure what to do, and then decides to change. She wasn't sure, she went line, cross court, didn't know what was going on, did she? It all comes with experience, and Pavan is learning as she plays here on this World Tour. Bansley's been playing for 11 years. And she's blocked out. Talita makes her move.
Blocked by Talita, 17-15.
Brazil edge 2 in front here. Bansley has a look to see where Lima is, decides she's going to go back cross court anyway, but Talita denies her. Good dig from Lima, and it pays dividends.
Lima!
Well, what a turnaround.
18-15.
Pavan had put the ball away 2 points earlier. They would be in front, as it is. Brazil now lead by 3, and Canada call timeout. Well, it looks like we could be heading into a decider here, unless Canada can pull something out of the bag. Lima seems to have sorted herself out. Brazil are in charge in the second set. So it's once again the calming influence in the partnership when we were talking. To 30 years of age, Lima 29. So he's with 122 tournaments compared to Lima's 45, Pavan 6 and Bansley's 40. So where we go again, Lima with the serve. Oh, Talita makes another block. Bansley looked round to Pavan to say, you play it. But Pavan was never going to get it. 2 points now required for Brazil to take this game into a decider. It's another block from Talita. Excellent work from her, and it's now set point Brazil. Well, she's not had anything to do, Talita, offensively, because Canada have served exclusively at Lima, and all Talita's been able to do is set the ball, but she's bided her time at the net as the blocker for Brazil. She's come up with 2 excellent blocks, and now Brazil have set point. And trying to miss the block, Bansley misses the court. Brazil take the set. We are heading into a decider.
We are going to game 3. Who fills the semifinals?
Well, this now will be a race to 15, and the captains will head down to meet the first referee to decide who's going to serve, who's going to receive. So they'll toss the coin again. Canada won the toss. They've decided to choose ends, which again is not a bad call with the sun being where it is. Well, fascinating encounter. Have a look at the highlights. So this is what happens in set 2. Canada making their move early. They were buoyed by that first set win. But then Brazil get themselves back into that set. Initially a very good dig from Bansley, but Pavan panicked, and this really was the turning point in the set, because Pavan, had she made the block or made that one, would have gone on and had the lead. They didn't, they lost a whole host of points, and then at set point, Bansley, having hit 2 into the block, tried to roll it past it, and in doing so, rolled it out. As we have a look at the yachtsman there in Long Beach, the score says it all. It's now a race to 15. No technical timeout, teams still have 1 side out each. Bansley with the serve for Canada. This set for a place in the semi-finals. Talita, who hasn't been served, finds herself with the opportunity to put the ball away and takes it. You can see now the shadows have pretty much engulfed that side of the court where Brazil are, moving towards Canada. So lots of light and shade where Canada are playing. Well, that's a good shot from Bansley.
1-1, Nebraska.
But just as it has been in the first two sets with rally point scoring, it's going to come down to who can score a point from their serve or put the ball into transition off the back of their serve and then come up with a point. In other words, taking it from offense to defense or defense to offense, and that is a great play. The ball was a little bit too tight to the net. Pavan was waiting, and Canada get a point. Oh, it's hit Pavan in the face, no clue where it's gone. She's going to get another chance here. Bansley makes the dig. Just wonder whether Pavan's seeing stars at the moment, because that ball hit her square in the face. But all credit to her to carry on playing. She's going to clean her glasses. But you can see from that camera the angle that the fact the sun is in the eyes, and that's gone bang into her face. No clue where it is. Oh, there it is. Right then, carry on. Guides the ball to Bansley, pops it up, and then Bansley says, "Thank you very much. We've got a 3-1 lead." Well, the glasses the players wear are impact resistant, and the nose pieces on them are designed to absorb those kind of shocks. But it would be a shock here if Canada were to win this match, that's for sure, and knock out the number 2 seeds. Canada seeded 24th for this game, for this tournament. Talita then with the serve for Brazil. Teams have changed ends. They change ends at multiples of 5 in the decider, because it is a race to 15. Lima in the right place. So to Bansley, but she can't bring it back towards Pavan. And Brazil level the scores. Well, this is a battle of wills now. Who can hold their nerve inside out? Brazil through Lima, Canada through Bansley. And Bansley comes up with a lovely pokey. She was under real pressure from that serve, having to go sprawling into the sand. This is that earlier play, the ball smacked right into the forehead. Well, Canada can ill afford that. They need to make Brazil work for every point that they earn in this deciding set. You serve it in the net, well, just might as well roll it straight back. That's going to be 4. The ball was touched by Talita in the block, and despite that great effort from Lima, Talita was unable to get it back over the net. Ball just catching her hand, so that's 1. This is 2. Wonderful dive. That was 1 for the TV, wasn't it? And Talita couldn't get it back over. Good look. Talita just has a look to see exactly where Bansley was in defence. Bansley left her station early. Talita rolls it cross court. We're all square at the 3rd end change. Players generally will take their eye off the ball, have a look through the net to see where the blocker is, to see where the defender is. It just helps them in that whole process of shot making. Add into that the call from their playing partner, and they've got as much information as they possibly can to decide what to do with the ball. Bad call in line for Bansley. Bansley obliging, and Canada siding out. So you can see as Bansley had a look exactly where Lima was in that build-up to the play. Over pass, put down, Pavan waiting. That's more like it from Canada. That's what Pavan's there for. She did it in the first set. She's done it here in the 3rd. Will that be enough to see Canada through to the semi-finals? They have a 2-point lead in this race to 15. Bansley with the serve, Pavan waiting at the net once again. This time though, Lima goes with the long roll down the line. Pavan going a little early in the block. She still shows signs of indoor blocking. Will have to develop that delayed block. Once she does, that kind of play will just not be available to other teams because she'll be able to throw it back. Good chase from Bansley. She was unlucky. But again, Pavan going early with the block, leaving at the same time as the attacker. She needs just to wait a count. And if she does, she'll get hands on the ball. She's up a little too early. Bansley can't bring it back. Talita delighted. Lima with the serve. This is where Brazil were able to score points from this rotation in the last set, with Lima serving, Talita blocking. And Lima has made an excellent dig. Well, that's well read by Bansley. Good swing. Oh, Bansley is having one of the games of her career here on centre court here in Long Beach. She is on to everything. And she is not giving up on anything. Good dig from Lima, but then an equally good read from Bansley, who finishes it off with a wonderful swing straight down the middle. Pavan serve. Oh, again, rushing the ball, rushing the play, and gifting the ball back to Brazil twice now. Canada have given Brazil a point without making them work for it in this set alone. That's nicely done though. So putting that to the back of their minds, then Miss Bansley comes up with a lovely shot into the corner, and it will be Pavan to serve. Good pick up. Can't find the put away. Oh, just watching the ball, trying to make the steps quickly enough. And unfortunately for Bansley, she kind of went into slow motion. One more step required to have played the ball. So unlucky. And Brazil get lucky, really. Great pick up from Bansley to start with. Looked to try and put the ball down, but was denied. Then goes on the chase, was falling to the floor, can't bring it back. Lima with the serve. Talita decided to break. She was still moving as the ball was being played, and that favoured Bansley. If you are going to break, even at this level, you still want to be not to be still. If you're moving, it makes it difficult. Bansley is seeing it in slow motion at the moment. Oh, how unlucky is that? Well, it'd be frustrating for Canada, but on the plus side, Bansley made that play. She read the roll, she got the dig. Any other day, Brazil probably would have sided it out anyways. There's nothing lost here, but what's happening is psychologically Canada have put themselves in a good place. They're making digs. Brazil aren't getting any clean winners. Under the nets, and Brazil make their move now. The ball was dropped short from the serve. Bansley was unlucky when she played that, actually hit her head and went to the net, but deemed to be a simultaneous movement. Watch this, hand and head, but allowed to continue because it was a simultaneous movement, but they just couldn't then get it over. So momentum has swung towards Brazil, because if Canada side this out, Brazil side out, they have the lead. They may well keep the lead here though. Lima The little shoot across court. That's a massive play for Brazil and a massive blow for Canada. Lima channeling the ball cross court off the dig, but then going back the same way. Brilliant work. So Canada called timeout. Well, they played so well, they've given it everything they've got, but it looks like they could well come up short here, and it could be the end of their tournament. They're 2 points behind, they've got this timeout, they've got nothing left after that. They're going to have to hope to try and turn it around in their favour and force maybe Brazil to call timeout, but they don't really want that to happen if they get the lead. Well, certainly Lima's confidence is restored under the shadows of the palm trees here on Long Beach. Canada are staring exit from this tournament in the face. Talita with the serve for Brazil. Could be 13-10. It is 13-10. Pavan went with the pokey. It wasn't good enough, and Brazil punished them. Didn't have the conviction to hit it, and Lima put it away. And it's an unforced error from Canada, and now it is a match point for Brazil. So the number 2 seeds on the brink of going through to the semi-finals here. Talita with the serve. Bansley to keep Canada in the match. And she does with the line roll shot. But what a position now Brazil find themselves in. They go back to side out with 3 opportunities to take the match. Bansley with the ball. And it's all over. The dream has come to an end for Canada, and for the number 2 seeds from Brazil, they are through to the semi-finals. Well, what an epic game that was. Brazil very much under the cosh in the first set, but then they came back very strongly towards the end of the second to take that one. And right at the business end of the third, they moved away and stayed ahead to take the match, 15-11. Well, Lima will take a lot from that, so too Talita, because even though Lima was under the cosh,